Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning. It is Monday. Very fun. I, just like everybody else, love Mondays, but this Monday is especially awful just because I do actually start up school again today. So we're probably gonna be back to just extra busy. Haven't taken a look at, any of my core syllabuses or anything, but hey, if we're lucky, my exams and stuff will be on Sundays, so since I already don't stream on the weekend, we'll be good to go. Might fall on a weekday though, and if it does, then that's usually when I am not able to stream on that day. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. But I am gonna, still be playing your guys' game requests. I do really want to get back to Endoparasitic. That game is really, really good, unexpectedly good, but I am feeling pretty low energy, waking up today, so I wanted to just do more of a chill stream. I was kind of bouncing back and forth between if I wanted to play some Tarkov, check out the new stuff that they added, kind of chill on that, or if I wanted to, do some PoE, and I figured, I'll just do some PoE, chill for a couple hours. So that's the plan. We're going to be continuing on with the warrior. It's been a little bit since I streamed this character. I think since Act 3. I haven't played that much more. I'm about to go into Act 3 of Cruel right now. And I got to say, while I haven't gotten to maps or anything, I actually have been enjoying, playing through again a lot of these areas. And kind of just working on the build. Seeing the new stuff that they add in terms of the skill gems and stuff like that. I've actually been having a good time. But I think we're good to go. I think I have everything set up. Hi, Animal. Hi, Nex. Hi, Captain. How's it going, guys? Good morning. We have a little bit more than 2 hours to stream this and play this. So we can get a little bit of gaming done. Just a bit of gaming. I actually really have not been playing mouse and keyboard, so hopefully I remember how to play mouse and keyboard. I've been majorly playing the game, or I suppose that's not correct. Mostly playing the game on PS5. I gotta tell you, dude, PS5 struggles with PoE 2. I don't know how it is on Xbox, but holy hell, dude. PS5 struggles. I was playing co-op with my cousin, and dude, we were in like low 30s, 20 FPS sometimes. It was just dying as we were playing. And like in town, it's running at like 40 or high 30s. It's pretty rough, dude. The game plays great on controller, but it's kind of, I don't know if it's an optimization thing, like the actual game isn't just isn't optimized for console, or if it's more Luigi Don't Miss. That is a crazy name, dude. That's crazy. I don't know if it's an optimization thing or what, but yeah, console struggles, dude. Hardcore. But something that's also annoying about PS5 is that apparently on Xbox, if you purchase, let's say, stash tabs, it transfers. Like one-to-one, it transfers. That's not the case with if you buy something on PlayStation 5, because Sony are a bunch of greedy assholes. And because Sony are a bunch of greedy assholes, they do not allow any of your purchases from PC to apply to your PS5 and vice versa. So, like, I think I maybe have some stash tabs. See, like, look, this is a great example, right? This, remove only. So, all of this stuff, I can't put anything in here. Like, if I try to put something in here, I can't do that. You know why? Because this is a stash tab I purchased on PS5, and Sony doesn't let them transfer. How fucking stupid is that? So you can take stuff out, so at least like your gear isn't lost or anything, but you can't put anything in. So you have to like go on both, and as you can see, I clearly messed it up, and you have to purchase the exact same stuff, like the exact same stash tabs, to have them like 1-to-1. And I guess I missed this one. I don't know what, maybe this is just like a normal one that I had upgraded to I don't even know, a premium. I'm not sure. But yeah, pretty insane that that's a thing. But it is. So yeah. Very stupid. Very, very dumb. Leave it to Tony to just... Yeah, you can't use the ones that you buy on PC on PS5 either. It's the exact same thing. It's like, oh, nope.
Be brave. Make a choice.
We start this stream off with Gamba? No, I'm not going to start it off with Gamba. Also, something I found out that the game doesn't tell you, if you use heavy armor, it slows you down. Heavy armor as in like the armor that just has armor, I think is how they do that. It slows you down. They don't tell you that literally anywhere. But that's a thing. Why is that a thing? I don't know. But if you go into here, like if I didn't have movement speed on any of my stuff, you get a -5%. Why? I have no idea. It's fucking stupid. They need to take that out. It's so dumb. That's exactly what Warrior needs, to be slower. I'm always saying whenever I play Warrior, God, why can't I be slower? Oh, God. All armor slows you down? Oh, really? Yeah, it's probably just the same system. It's a little silly. It doesn't tell you it anywhere. Hi, Kenzie. How's it going? Yeah, I've been cold as well.
My worst fears have been realized.
It is time for honesty.
It's time for honesty.
Right.
Spit it out.
I am all
Bop, 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 bop.
But all I see is a good man.
8 degrees? Jesus. This is Path of Exile too. William. Did I hear about the new pandemic coming? I'm gonna guess this is not a class in Path of Exile.
Yes. Yes. We until then.
The beast has grown too powerful. We can no longer contain it through mortal means. There was once an empire that embraced corruption. They studied it, mastered it, and became the greatest civilization the world has ever known. But it led to their destruction. Our allies will continue the pursuit of the beast, but we...
Oh, I can skip. Hell yeah. Oop. So the problem that I'm having is I got my strength at 320, which is actually pretty good. You know, I think what I was gonna do, I was gonna respec one of my points into there was something that would give me extra. Yeah, I think this plus 10 strength. Gonna respec one of these. Probably. What was this one? Increase melee damage against immobilized enemies. That's pretty good. We're gonna undo that for right now. So I can put this point in. Doot, doot. There we go, plus 10 strength. So my major issue here is 330 strength is nice. Is trying to use these mauls because their strength requirement obviously gets tripled. So trying to find these like two-handed, you know, weapons is really rough, man. It is not easy. 15% increased movement speed. Hmm.
Do not wander.
Some sort of new virus. It starts as a common cold but can develop complications like pneumonia. COVID got an update. Gotta love it. I mean, yeah, that is what viruses do, right? That is indeed what viruses do.
Burning sands to steaming bogs.
Fine, fine. Also, I think I'm gonna have to like seriously path because we're back to like being able to miss. Because I got rid of that keystone. You can see sometimes Sunder can go off like 5 times, which is great. Usually doesn't, but sometimes it can, which is nice. Like I'm torn between going movement speed. Yeah, there we go. That's a lot of them. I'm torn between like going movement speed or not movement speed, attack speed. Going attack speed or there's a node that you can get that adds your strength. It adds your strength to your accuracy, which I feel like would be really nice as like quality of life, but obviously like with warrior you typically just want to be just killing everything instantly, you know, ideally. But like attack speed is such a nice quality of life thing to have. Schmog. Hi Don, how's it going, dude? Wow, there's a lot of little fucking bugs. Like being in the South. Hell yeah, brother. Yeah, overall the build is still the same. Like nothing really insane. Different. Other than the fact that I've had to sacrifice a whole lot in terms of, you know, overall damage in order to get to the point where I can actually have strength high enough to two-hand this shit. Or one-hand this shit. One-hand these two-handers. Kind of complicated. It's interesting. Haven't really heard of that before. Ow. He's nutting on me. Relax, bro. Uh-oh. Car fume mixes with moisture in the air. Yum. The ultimate life flask. Oh. 1592. 15% of life gain from mana. I fucking hate those, bro. I hate those. That's why we need electric cars. Electric cars are pretty cool, man. It's also why we need to actually do something about China, since they are just destroying the planet. Like a lot of those emission related things are like literally 99% China if you break down the actual percentages of all the countries in the world compared to China. The problem is obviously we rely so much upon China's manufacturing in all of the developed world. Bread. Indeed. Boom, 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 boom. There'll be more cars than humans. Not if India has anything to say about it. India said, not on my watch, baby. These cars are horrible here in winter. They literally clog up the parking lot because they die in the winter from the cold. 3 cars per family on average. Huge. I've never understood having multiple cars. Like, obviously, if it's like multiple adults, but... Bro's eating sunders. Just num 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 num. Delicioso. Take 30 years to upgrade our current electric grid. Handle it if we started tomorrow. Yeah, there's a lot of infrastructure issues for sure. It's 2 Audis. I don't know why. Flexing. Just flexing on them. Is there stuff here? Like bosses or something? Or is that boss the only one? A campfire. And a hanging tree. I don't know what those are, but... Oh, we got 1 tap. This guy is a virgin. You could not be more wrong, brother. But keep coping. I'm sure that'll get you laid. Mazda SUV. I don't think I've seen one of those. They're too evasive. I can't hit them. I know nothing about cars. I'm not at all a car guy. I'm a PC guy. I'm happy that I've gotten to a point where I could just pay people to take care of my car. These days, I don't even have a car. I sold my car. But, you know, if I end up needing a car again, which I'm sure at some point I will, I'm happy I've now gotten to a point where I could just pay people to work on my car. I don't have to learn that shit. Like, I could do just simple stuffs, you know? Like an oil change, swapping out brake pads, stuff like that, but anything more serious? Nah. Changing tires, obviously. You do the basics. Ow, the pain. See, this is what I'm talking about why I need accuracy. Look at this shit. Look at this. Look at this. I can't hit this fat piece of shit. It's just standing there. Menacingly. It's so stupid. And by the way, Sunder, like all attacks, gets less accurate the further they are away. So if I'm point blank, this is like maximum accuracy. It only gets worse if they're further away. This Elden Ring? Yes, this is the new DLC. It's probably gonna win Game of the Year 2025 and 2026. Step aside, GTA. It goes so hard. Yeah, how you been liking Elden Ring, Animal? I saw you picked it up. It's a foreign language. Jesus. Connor, thank you for subbing to it. Very nice of you. I just love to spy on you. What are you talking about? I know you console people don't really understand Discord, but it kind of tells you what every single person is playing on Discord. I don't know what you mean. Do I have to do anything else here? Doesn't seem like it. The only SUV you can drive? Why? Because you're a woman? Scrap Mechanic releases 1.0 this year. It's funny, until you talked about it, I had literally never heard of this game. The Scrap Mechanic game. What is behind you equal ban? It's just engagement bait, bro. Just to get people to click and comment on the stream, either asking about it or saying it, which counts as engagement, which since YouTube utilizes an engagement-based algorithm, once you get a certain amount of engagement, it'll push the stream out to the next set of people. So, that's all it is. There's no deep or interesting lore behind it. I was not piped by Diddy, you know, and when you say behind you, it gives me fucking flashbacks. No, no, not the baby oil, no! Nothing interesting. It's literally just engagement, babe. Eight years is a bit lazy. Depends how many people are working on the game. I mean, 8 years on a game would be a very long time if it was like full production on a big staff. But I mean, if it's like one guy, that's not that crazy. Yeah, you'll see the same type of engagement bait from almost all of the short streamers. It's YouTube has shown that they favor engagement over actual quality content, so that's what people do. And they take advantage of that with engagement bait. And it works like a charm, you know? So if YouTube actually cared about it, they would just obviously not have that be the content that they promote, and they would change their algorithm, but they don't give a shit. So people are going to continue to do it. You play the deck you're dealt. You know what I'm saying? Do I play League of Legends? I used to way back when, but not anymore. I don't really play many multiplayer games anymore, like PvP multiplayer games. The only multiplayer PvP game I've been playing recently is oh Jesus. Ow. He's a slam build as well. Is Marvel Rivals. Oh, it's so slow. Guess you should. Any day now. There we go. I don't know how I feel about Aftershock. Like, when you get this, it's awesome. When you get, like, 6 Aftershocks, it's awesome. But most of the time, it's just making it so you... Oh my god. Finally, I found one of those for my fucking Mercenary. Thank the gods. Let's see what... That's trash. These are trash.
I will tell you.
Let's see. What do we get? Papa. Kind of trash. Trash. Next. Kind of trash. Trash. Okay. Hell yeah. Huge Gamba. Massive. 20 intelligence. Yeah, oh, baby. One bug that there currently is right now that's a little bit annoying is that anything in your, like, little backpack will actually not be identified. A little annoying. If you go and identify stuff, you have to either use a scroll on it or move it, which can be a little annoying. I'd upgrade and learn soon because of the child situation. I don't want a soccer mom van. Why? What's it matter? It's not like you're trying to fuck anyone, Kenzie, right? You've already got a man. Who gives a shit if people think you're a soccer mom? The hell's the point? What's it matter? You've already got your man. You're not trying to fucking find a mate. You shouldn't care what randoms think. They're just NPCs, bro. I don't give any sort of NPCs even a second thought to what I'm gonna wear when I'm buying clothes or shoes or what they'll think of my phone or whatever. I don't give a fuck. Same with cars. Same with anything. I don't give a shit. They're randoms. They don't exist to me. Here's the thought process that I have, okay? And this is going to sound very dark, but this is genuinely the thought process I have. If you were to die, not you guys specifically, but like you're in a store, right? If that person were to die right then and there, just have a heart attack, die, right? Would I give a shit? Would my life be changed at all? For 99.9999 repeating % of people, the answer is no. I wouldn't give a fuck. So if I wouldn't care if this person died or just got brutally murdered or something in front of me, then why the hell should I care about their opinion? Clearly, their life has literally no bearing upon my own. And that's how I live my life. I think I go, would I give a fuck if this person just died? No? Alright, well then their opinion clearly shouldn't matter at all to me. That's how I see it. That's why I don't care about people commenting on the internet, you know, saying mean things. It's why I don't care about, oh no, I'm not ripped as hell or something like that, and I'm not gonna attract all these bitches or whatever. I don't care. Because that person doesn't mean anything to me. And that person will never mean anything to me. You know? That's just how it is. So, yeah, I don't really understand that. Like, who cares if you look like a soccer mom driving around in a minivan? If it's the most cost-effective option, if it's, you know, the most reliable option, which clearly if a lot of people buy minivans in your situation, it's clearly very, you know, practical and optimal, then yeah. Too many people give too many shits about what randoms think, and it's called the spotlight effect in psychology. It's essentially where you overvalue how much randoms give a fuck about you. So typically this could be like something like you have a big pimple on your face, right? The spotlight effect is the thought process of like, oh my god, if I go to the store, everyone's gonna be looking at my pimple. Oh, and you like psych yourself out about it. But the truth of the matter is nobody gives a fuck about you. They don't care about you. You're not the main character. You're just another NPC to them. And, you know, you're going on your way and they're going on their way. And they don't give a shit about your big pimple. Maybe somebody might realize, like a cashier or something, that might realize for a second. But guess what? They're going to deal with hundreds of customers that day. You're going to be nothing but, you know, a distant memory that they're not even going to have any recollection of whatsoever. I mean, you really have to do something that is quite outrageous to actually stick out in most people's mind, you know? My timetable is crazy. Is it early morning or late evening? I'm Mountain Standard Time right now, Hedgehog. So it's 5:16 a.m. for me. I work at 7 today, so just chilling, doing a little gaming before work. Pathetic douchebag, see? Who gives a fuck what the ID-23 thinks? I don't give a shit. If the ID-23 were to walk outside, get shot in the back of the head, I wouldn't care at all. I'm entirely unaffected. His entire family could be brutally murdered right in front of him. Shanked, lit on fire, who knows? And it would have nothing to do with me. I'm fine. I'm great. If anything, hey, better happen to that guy than me, right? I mean, that's the truth, man, and that's how most people are gonna think. Yeah, who cares? I'm not gonna waste any time thinking about it. I'm gonna forget about that guy within, like, a couple minutes. You're an eyewitness of a crime? Not if you get out of there fast enough, brother. I had the cops come to my door just, I want to say a week ago. I talked about it in the Discord, but we had 6 cops come to my door. Because I guess my neighbor had their house broken into, and I think there was an assault or something. And they're like, hey, we see that you have a bunch of cameras. We'd like to, you know, see your camera footage. I was like, sorry, cameras were off. I talked to them through the door. I didn't open the door. I don't trust cops at all. And, I was like, yeah, no, sorry, I'm not interested. And they're like, what do you mean? Like, they were like flabbergasted. I'm like, no, I'm good. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good day. Just through the door. And they're like, your cameras weren't recording? I'm like, nah, they weren't recording. Sorry, man. We've had some internet issues. Not my problem, brother. I don't give a fuck. Now, if they try and break into my house, all right, now it's my problem, and they're going to find 5 very well-armed individuals, and they're probably not going to have a very good time, to say the least. It'll probably be the last mistake that they ever make. But not my problem. Yeah. Perfect example of, hey, it's only your problem if you if you care or you give them any of your time.
wisdom
Ooh.
of the tribe, like my clan's
Ooh.
songs.
I think this is better. I think this is better. But I have to spend 20k to find out. 77 to 161. 79 to 101. 1 to 101. Is it better? I think it's better. Is this game more difficult to grinding than Diablo? Oh, yeah, way more. No, this game is way more time intensive than Diablo. I think this is better. Slightly better, not much. This is not the game you talked about. Yeah, it is. I put in the Discord that I wouldn't be doing the game requests because I wanted to be able to give it my full attention. So I was going to play something more chill. Honestly, this could be pretty good. Like, this could actually be really good. I'm gonna get this. We're gonna Gamba. Gamba, Gamba, Gamba. Gamba, Gamba, Gamba. Gamba, Gamba, Gamba. Gamba? Doesn't help us as much as some other classes, but, you know, not terrible. Not terrible. Light radius. I mean, accuracy rating at least. If I wasn't into PoE 1, is 2 worth a try? Yes, they're very different games. Very, very different games. Completely different games. I don't really like Path of Exile 1 as well. They're very different from one another. Where do I put this shit? I'm trying to remember. I think I put it in here. You'll enjoy 2 if you've never played 1. I don't know if you'll enjoy it, but it's very different. Yeah. Yeah, the end game of PoE is a full-time job. Yeah, it is. If you compare like this game to Diablo 4, Diablo 4 is like 30 hours. You've reached the climax of your power on a character. You've finished everything in a season. You're ready to either make another character or go to the next season. In this game, 30 hours, you're barely finishing Act 3 of the campaign. Now you need to do the campaign again on Cruel, and then you finally get to the end game. It's way more of an endeavor, for sure. I mean, it gets faster as you like make more characters, for sure. Just because you'll like have better gear and, you know, stuff like waiting for you, but the talent tree is going crazy. I mean, this looks very scary to people. It's really not that scary. I'm gonna be honest. Like, this looks really, really scary, but it's pretty simple because you start right here. So it starts with this or this, you know? And then you go, okay, I want damage. So you start going down damage, and then you're like, okay, I got damage. Now where do I want to go? Well, maybe a little bit of armor would be nice. Oh, maybe more damage would be nice, right? And then you just start, like, they have a nice search bar, so you can be like, I'm going for, you know, I'm using maces. So I can look up mace, and okay, there's a mace thing down here. So I want to, you know, make my way down to the mace thing down here. Like, okay, I'm doing, you know, war cries. Oh, there's a war cry thing here. There's a war cry thing here. You know, it's really, like, not that crazy. To be entirely honest. Most of them are throwaway, very minor bonuses. It's not a skill tree in the way that, like, Diablo 4 is a skill tree, where it's, like, actually all of your abilities and stuff like that. Yeah, you can pay a bit of gold to respec. Late game, it gets quite expensive to respec, but early game, you can basically do it pretty much free of charge. Not free of charge, but like the cost is so little that you're fine. Later game, though, you do want to definitely like get situated into your build because things get rough. Yeah, the only thing you can't change is your ascendancy, but honestly, like, I think it's pretty hard to go wrong with an ascendancy. Even the ascendancies I thought were going to be absolute, like, trash have turned out to be very, very good. Like, the Ranger one that has concoctions, I thought that was going to be ass when I first saw it. I have seen so many people just, like, one-shotting bosses and going crazy with it, though. So it seems like almost all of them are, like, at the very least, very viable. Path of Exile, too. Yeah, poison concoction. I've seen the lightning concoction. I've seen the explosive concoction. I've seen builds for all of them going kind of crazy. I love that skill, man. That skill is so cool. That skill's got to be like one of the coolest in the game. They did not have to cook so hard. Probably the best classes in the game right now, but the devs are super cool for this game, so they either buff everything else or nerf the top tier stuff, so you don't feel like you're forced into playing something. Yeah, I mean, the problem is that they already have nerfed stuff, but it seems like they learned their lesson from that, like when they nerfed cast on freeze and cast on shock and all of those builds. And I think they kind of learned their lesson. They listened to the community. The community was like, listen, we understand it's early access. You're going to nerf shit that's like overtuned, but at the very least, you need to lower respec costs if you're going to do that, or like offer a discount or something, because you can't just nerf people's entire fucking builds and then you can't just like nerf their entire build and then force them to still pay like an absurd amount for respecing, right? Like, that's obviously not going to make people very, very happy. So it seems like they learned from that. I'm just getting absolutely annihilated. Don't worry, one of these will hit. One of these will hit.
A rarity and all mine.
Yeah, they reduced respec cost by, I think, 40 to 50%. So, I mean, they're listening. Hey, Fuzz, how's it going, dude? Yeah, we couldn't roll through ads. That made Warrior feel even worse. I still think Warrior needs like some love, but that definitely was not helping Warrior. Like, Warrior was feeling really, really bad. The amount of times I died to just like basic ass wolves was crazy. Oops, wrong button. Hasta luego, bitch. Oops. Path of Exile too. 20% attack speed across the board on warrior would solve 50% of the problems. Yeah, or just like remove like a lot of these. Like this is a good example. 5% reduce attack speed. Why? Literally, why? A lot of these have reduced attack speed. 5% reduced attack speed. Why? Just remove the reduction on attack speed. Honestly, you could literally even make it plus 5%. And you would be like, you'd be fine. It wouldn't be like overpowered or anything. Like, you do not need to make the biggest weakness of the class even worse. Especially when every other class in the game is significantly better. Like, warrior is definitely the worst class. I thought maybe Merc was worse because I heard so many people complaining about Merc. No, I've realized just PoE players are not a fan of the reload mechanic. That's all it is. It's a crossbow issue. It's not a Merc issue. You know? Yeah, damage and attack speed, it does, yeah. Yeah, life on the tree helped as well. It also doesn't help that armor is just fucked in the current state of the game. So like the primary stat that you're building as a warrior is health and armor, and both of those are currently just fucked. So obviously like that does not help. Ow. There's some reload nodes on the tree. I hardly notice it now. Yeah, my Merc. So Merc starts here. I passed through damage. Damage. I came down to here. And then wait. This is where Merc starts, right? Yeah. So I did damage. Then I'm trying to look. Oh, no. I passed over here. I think I picked up some of the damage from these. I did get the reduced attack speed. Like, I don't think this should be a thing either. And then I think I know for sure I came down here. I got a few of these. I didn't bother with these. I just got the damage. But where is it? Right here. So this is the reload speed. So I also passed down here and I picked up these. And then obviously now I am working down towards the crossbow node, but I've picked up like basically anything that has the damage I've picked up on Merc for projectile damage. This is really good if you're using nades as well, because it allows you to shoot an extra nade, which is really nice. And then you could do multiple projectiles on your nade. So you're shooting 3. So this makes it 4. And then you can get the crossbow bombardier that shoots 5, shooting 5 nades, which goes crazy. This increases like your cooldown. So that's nice. And then another thing that's nice is that crossbows count as 2-handed weapons. So you can also pick up these for your crossbow. But yeah, this node right here is like god tier. Like, keep in mind, this is, I think, 15%. This is not, because I have the thing that makes it so small nodes are 50% more. So this is normally 15%. So it's 15, and then 40% reload speed. Once you get these, it feels way better. But you can also pick up this if you're using like nades. Which I think most people that are playing Merc are using nades. If you go straight down and to the left, there's a circle of armor and evasion. And a node for every armor point, you get an evasion point on gloves. Really? Oh, that's interesting. I don't know if on my warrior I want to go down this, because this is all attack speed while dual wielding, which would be nice. It also has an accuracy rating. Or over here. Is it here? No, here. This gain accuracy rating equal to your strength would also be really, really nice. Because as you can tell from the gameplay, I miss a lot. So like actually getting these accuracy things may be worth. And also, I think while you have an ally, this includes totem. So I can just throw the totem down and then I can get buffs. Which is kind of interesting. But yeah, I think I want to path down here and get accuracy over pathing here and getting attack speed, which while attack speed is very nice, it also has crit chance and it does have accuracy rating as well. And movement speed. While it's nice, since we're stacking strength so much, since we need triple the strength requirements to utilize our weapons, because we're at 330 strength right now, because when you take Giant's Blood, it triples the requirements. So for this, we need 312 strength just to use this. So you kind of have to stack strength really, really hardcore. If you're doing Giant's Blood. Yeah, no, I did see, I have seen, like, the cast on shock stuff looks really good. My merc, I'm doing, I think they're called armor piercing rounds, the machine gun. I'm using the machine gun with, chain and extra projectiles, which turns it into, like, a 3-round burst. And that bounces between all of them with armor destroy, I think it's called, where they or armor burst, so they explode. And it's been very, very good. Oh god. You son of a bitch. He walked out of it. Uh-oh. Yeah, for bosses... It's still going. It's comical when that happens. For bosses, Warrior definitely goes burr. Just use basic attack bolts for bosses. It was the most damage. Basic attack plus martial tempo does go burr. Like martial tempo on your basic attack does some crazy deeps. But yeah, so I use the armor piercing and I just shred armor. For dudes, they explode, and then plus the Culling Strike from Witch Hunter just decimates any sort of mobs. And then for bosses, I just repeat with Armor Break with the armor piercing rounds, and then high velocity rounds. And I just have all damage. I have Long Shot, and I think Brutality. Is that what it's called? The one that's like 35% extra physical. I'm trying to get run only physical. And then... yeah, that's kind of the build right now. And it lacks a little bit in terms of bossing currently, but, you know, I'm hoping it gets a bit better. Item requirements, 52 more strength required. What are you talking about? Oh, that's why. I don't know what that is talking about, but whatever. 15% accuracy rating. Break armor. I want to pick up for this. Nodes on the tree to increase Culling Strike threshold. Get it on gems too. At piece, it's 100%. Yeah. it's down here. I think it's down here. It's somewhere over here in this general vicinity. Guess I could just look it up. Oh, it's right here. Culling strike threshold, yeah. Right here. So it works as well, because you're pathing down already for crossbows, right? So you're pathing down for crossbows anyway. You could just come in here. And these aren't bad at all. Like extra damage against rare and unique. Attack speed. Like, definitely not bad at all anyway. But, what should I pick up here? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I could pick up this and this. I could. The problem is, okay, here's something that's really, really annoying with warrior. You don't want too much stun. This is something I hope that they fix, or maybe they make a support gem that you can put on. So where you can build up stun, but it doesn't stun. I really hope that they do that, because warrior struggles with, like, I think I have a hammer that does it. Yeah, like this hammer has just 49% increased stun buildup. So what you want to do with warrior is you want to get them almost stunned, but not stunned, so you can use bone shatter. And bone shatter is like very good. It's probably like the best thing in terms of leveling. Bone shatter, very, very good. So you want to be able to bone shatter. And then especially with my build, since I have armor break on bone shatter, devastate, so fully breaks armor when inflicting a heavy stun. So you want to get them like close to a heavy stun, but not heavy stun, and then heavy stun with bone shatter, right? Because then this will fully break armor, and then Sunder has the passive to where it just fully consumes fully broken armor to guarantee a crit. Right? So you want to like not build too much stun buildup, or else you just instantly stun like everything and you're unable to ever use bone shatter. Which is like very, very annoying. So I hope that they add something to where that's like no longer necessary. This is kind of cool. Heavy stun and has critical strike, or culling strike, I mean. That's actually pretty sick. Yeah, I know. Heavy stun, I do it all the time through Sunder. But that's why I wish that you could go ahead and you could do like... This is actually pretty good. This is actually pretty good. I didn't even know about this little node down here. I could path through it pretty easily too and get a jewel socket also. That's actually kind of good. But yeah, I wish there was a way to like prevent a heavy stun from, you know, basic. Like that was my problem for a while, is I just had too much stun buildup. So I would just basic attack and it would instantly stun. And so I could never ever use bone shatter. And I'm like, no, I don't want to fully stun. So I literally had to respec to take away stun buildup, because I was just heavy stunning normal mobs instantly. And so I just wish there was a way to like not at all prime dudes, and not at all like, or you can prime them, but you don't fully heavy stun them. I think that would be really good. Just a quality of life thing for warrior. Anointing a node onto your amulet. No, I don't know what that means. Have I had any divine orbs? I don't know. I have no clue. The worst engagement bait I've seen? I mean, it just got you to comment. So that's a little ironic, isn't it? This is the shittiest engagement bait. Wait. Fuck. Who's gonna tell him? That's funny. You're right. You should comment more about how bad it is. That's good. How's it feel to fall for it? Yeah. That's so funny. With certain delirium combos, you can choose any major node on the tree and put it into your amulet. Oh, shit. Really? Wait, that's crazy. What the hell? That's kind of insane. Hmm. Mr. Krabs, I've been hooked. Hey, Levi, how's it going, dude? I still need more strength to be able to use these. 5 strength and dex. Not so bad today? Hell yeah, dude. Look for augury nodes on your endgame maps. I don't know what that means. To get delirium. Some are rare and expensive, but it's nice to grab a node that's crucial and super far behind. Yeah, I haven't gotten to maps at all yet. This character is the furthest that I am. I've been enjoying like just playing other characters. Do you guys think this is worth? This isn't worth, right? Like this isn't more damage. This is increased damage. Like even with stacking strength, this isn't worth, right? 10% less max mana, which is kind of like whatever. But only like 1% per 15. Is that worth? That's what, like 22% damage? I think I have 330 strength. So that's what, like 22%? That's worse, right? Than just picking up like a node that's like 21% increased damage. Right? Just not worth. It all adds up. Yeah, true. True. But it's like I could get this, which is 18%, right? And it's almost like almost the same. What about attribute? Oh. Attribute. Because I know there's this attribute thing here, which would actually be like really good. Like 10% increased attributes would actually go burr. Would actually go very burr, but pathing down here is like not really in the cards. I don't know. I might literally just wait to spend this, or just spend them on something throwaway right now. I'll just do this. Oh, wait. This is damage with war cries. Never mind. I need empowered by war cries. Empowered attacks. That's what I need. Jesus Christ. Yo, Armin, thank you for subbing, dude. Very nice of you. And the star for attributes. Maybe a few int things up top, but that's it. Getting out of your armor and ring. Yeah, true. Very true. What should we get for our block? Trying to see what I was getting. I don't really need more stun threshold. Like, I feel like I literally don't get stunned. Oh, you know what? I should have probably actually done this. Oh, maybe I should have done that. What do I want to do for this? Wait, what? Reduce attack speed? That's exactly what I need. 50% increase. Oh, dude, my attack speed would be so bad. It would be so bad. It's a skill galaxy. One thing I wish was in this game from Diablo, I know, Path of Exile people, when you say Diablo, they go... I know. But as a Diablo player, one thing I wish you could do is reroll a stat. Just a stat on a piece of gear. Like light radius. Like, add some way into the game to let me reroll a stat on a piece of gear. Instead of fucking the Gamba system that they have, which is just like, just throw a chaos and hope for the best. Like, bro, I like Gamba as much as the next guy, but like, at what point does your crafting system just become a gamble system? And I can happily say a lot of PoE people are actually starting to talk up about this and start to say, like, especially talking about SSF, that it's like very, very difficult to do SSF because the crafting system is not really crafting. It's a lot of Gamba. And I'm really happy to see people like starting to talk about that because, you know, if you're like from like, if DMT was to start doing it, Dark Microtransaction or like Rax or Woody Joe, people would like attack them because they're from Diablo 4, right? But if Zizarain says it, well, that's okay because Zizarain's like a Path of Exile guy. So that's okay for him to say it. So I'm happy like we have actual like PoE guys saying it. Because, yeah, I already know, like, there's just this thing where it's like, oh, anything from Diablo, bad. Oh, you're talking about this? Bad. So I think, like, we just need a little bit more control over the crafting. Because we don't have crafting in the game. We have Gamba. Like I said, I like Gamba, bro. Gamba's fun. Wait, why is this just normal? Huh? Wait, what? Wasn't this supposed to be path 2? I had 2 normal skill points. They were normal skill points. They weren't... Oh my, I'm... Womp womp. I spent all that time trying to, like, think of what I wanted to do, and it was actually just normal skill points. A move, attack, and craft a spell modifier. Yes. Yes. I like Gamba. Gamba is fine, bro. I am a Gamba enjoyer, as we all know. I love to Gamba. But all of your crafting shouldn't be Gamba. And right now, all of your crafting is Gamba. Like, if I want to craft... Right? If I want to craft something... Like, say I want to take this ring and I want to make it good. Well, what can I do? Like, the best thing I can do is I can use... Like, the most control is using an essence. Right? And so we have, like, normal to magic with 1 defense modifier. Right? Like, essence is, like, the most control you have over something. But even this is Gamba. Like, even this is Gamba. Okay, one cold modifier, one defense modifier, one life, one physical modifier, you know? It's still Gamba. It's just like a little... It's just less Gamba. Right? I feel like that's the issue. It's like, if I want to try and make this good, okay, I hit it with this, 24 dex. It's like, okay. I hit it with this, 6 to 10 gold. And then, like, once you've done that, you basically decide if you want to keep essentially gambaing or you just want to toss it. You know? Which, I don't know. I think that they could do better. Because don't get me wrong, Diablo 4's crafting isn't great. But at least, you know, you have a little bit of control over the Gamba. Okay, now that I realize that those were normal points. So I'm gonna pat down normal. I ask this every stream, by the way. Does anybody know what this number means? I know it's kind of hard for you to see up here. It says weapon set for the specific specialization points, and then it says 4, then it says 22 next to it. Does anybody know what this number means? This 4? Anybody have any idea? I always thought it meant like 4, you have 4 to spend. But that's not what it means, because I don't have any to spend, right? But it says 4 and 22. So does anybody know, like, what that 4 means? Because it used to be 2. At first it was 1, then it was 2, now it's 4. I don't know what it means. Yeah, no, Skyrim has a really good, like, crafting set. How's it going, Doug? It's good to see you, dude. Hi, Christian. Happy New Year, man. Hopefully you had a good one, too. That's your bonus points you get from the story. You get 24 from normal and cruel. Okay. So that's what the 22 is. What's the 4? Does it tell me? Weapon set points. The number of your skill points can be used as weapon set points. Weapon set points allow a single skill point to instead be allocated to 2 different passive skills. You gain the benefits of these passive skills depending on which weapon set you currently have active. Weapon set points cannot allocate jewels or keystone passives. You can allocate skill points, so it doesn't really say. Did I see the controversy from Assmold about the T-Man Captain America mod for Marvel Rivals? Nexus apparently banned it. What's T-Man? I don't know what T-Man is. But Nexus has a history of like banning mods. That's nothing new. I think you have 22 total, and you've used 4 of those on weapon sets. There's no way. I mean, I've used way more. Like, this is weapon set, 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 right? This is like all weapon set. Weapon set, weapon set. Trump? Thought the word was banned by Nightbot. No, Trump isn't banned anymore. That was just for election time because of all the people just coming and spamming drop, 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 like NPCs. Basically like, oh, I want to have these passives on when I use my second weapon. I equip it. Only then the second weapon is out and vice versa. Well, I understand the specialization points. I understand that. Like, for weapon set 1, that's what pops out, you know, when I block. So I have a bunch of stuff for blocking, right? Like a bunch of stuff that's going to help me, like regenning life, increase stun threshold, right? Stuff like that. Increase block chance. I understand that. I just don't understand what the 4 is. Like how they don't ban nude and sex mods, but they'll ban Trump. No, they ban nude and sex mods. They do. Yeah, they absolutely do. They did that with Resident Evil 4. It was a really big story because they banned all of the nude Ashley mods in Resident Evil 4 Remake. Yeah. It was a big story back then as well, because they banned all of the mods for Ashley being nude, but they allowed the Leon ones and the Luis ones for some reason. But yeah, no, they've done this in the past. There are other modding websites that you go to, like there's this Russian one, for example, that you go to if you want to get like completely unmoderated mods. And most of the time it's because it's from the publisher. It's actually not on Nexus mods most of the time. Like in the case of Resident Evil 4, it was Capcom that came to them, and Capcom specifically asked them to not allow nude Ashley mods. And it literally just got to a point where there were too many of them for Nexus mods to shut down. It's what ended up happening. So then they kind of like gave up because there was just so many nude Ashley mods. But yeah. You have 4 equipped to another weapon set, 1 or 2. I can't see which one. So if you go into your inventory and equip your weapon set, 2 above your weapon select, your passive should in theory change. Yeah, I mean, these light up then, you know, and then when I swap back, right, these light up then. I don't know. It doesn't seem like anybody can really explain this to me. I don't think anybody understands what this is. I've looked it up before. I've asked every time I've streamed the game. Nobody really understands what these numbers mean. Like what the number next to 22 means. Nobody seems to understand that. Because to me, it looks like it said you just use what they're used for. No, I know what they're used for. Am I not explaining this right? Okay, I understand what specialization points are for. They are for assigning points to a weapon set. That is exactly what I have done here. My weapon set 1 is when I block. So I have a bunch of 1s for blocking. When I block... Okay, well, in theory, when I block, all of these activate. I understand what they are for. I completely understand that. I do not understand what the numbers here indicate. The numbers. What do the numbers indicate? Because it says 4, and then in parentheses it says 22. And it says 4 in parentheses 22. So I don't understand what the 4 means, because just innately, if you look at this, this would indicate you have 4 points to spend out of 22 points. Like that's what makes sense, right? Is that it says 4 because you have 4 points to spend out of 22 total. So, but if I go to assign points, I can't because I don't have any to spend. So I don't have 4 to assign. So yeah, I don't, that's what I don't understand. I don't understand those two numbers, what they mean. The 22 makes sense. It means like total number. Like that makes sense to me. I don't know what the one next to it is. The 4 is how many you have selected or how many you have left to use. Then why can I not use them? See what I mean? I can't use them at all. Anywhere on the board. So like I should be able to do weapon set 1 ones attached to weapon set 1, but I can't. And then same with weapon set 2. I should be able to do weapon set 2 ones attached to weapon 2 set 2 if I wanted to do this, for example, but I can't. So that's what I don't understand. I think it's bugged. Alexi, thank you for subbing, dude. I think it's bugged, is what I'm trying to say. I'm pretty sure it's just bugged because, like, it would indicate, you know, that you have 4 to spend. Right? Wait, It almost let me do this one. Wait. Can you only do it on attributes? No. Okay, you can't. Okay. I was going to be even more confused. You got to have free skill points as well. I don't know. Like, maybe... I thought maybe it would mean you're missing 4. Like, that's what I thought. Like, maybe it means you're missing 4. Paul, thank you for subscribing. Weapon set passive skill points. See, and this just gave me normal skill points when I just used it. I think it's just bugged, dude. Because, like, if we look through, everything with a plus is, you know, your points. Right? That gives points. So, like, this doesn't give points. You go to Act 1. I have neutral unallocated points. Do I? Doesn't seem like it. It usually would say it right here. And it doesn't say skill points here. It says skill point 0, weapon set 4, 22, 4, 22. Normal skill points are the same skill points. I think somewhere along the way you deselected the one with 4 and then allocated. Oh. So you're saying it's I could okay, I think I understand. So you're saying I could unspec 4 normal skill points, and then I could allocate those 4 skill points to weapon set 1 or 2. That's what you're saying. That would make sense. It's like you could have 4 more weapon set skill points. That would make sense. Because just when I killed the silverback, I spent these 2 and as just normal ones instead of weapon set skill points. That would make sense. You've allocated X amount for W's 1 and 2 already. I'm guessing the number maybe means when you're going active when you weapon swap. Select the one with 4 and then allocate when you have 4 skill points. What a dumb fucking system. Why do they let you spend the weapon set ones normally? Well, now we have to do it for science, right? So if I unspec 4 points, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 4 unconfirmed changes. Boom. Now I go. Okay. And I do this. I should be able to spend 4 points. Good job, chat. We finally did it. We finally did it. I've done so many PoE 2 streams asking, and none of us could ever figure it out. We did it. We did it. We figured it out. Okay, so you can do... And then I can do 4 here, right? Or no, they use your... Oh, yeah, you can't. Oh, we're doing things. We're doing... undo this, by the way. I don't actually want that. We're doing things. And undo that. I don't actually want that. It was for science. Okay. We figured it out. Ladies and gentlemen, we did it. We finally did it. Oh, man. That's... Holy hell. That is a dumb way that they do it. That is a dumb way that they should not let you spend the weapon set ones as just normal ones. That's so silly. Why do they let you do that? That has caused me so much confusion. We figured it out, though. Yo, bravo, everyone. I'm proud of all of us. We all figured it out together. We did it. And when I say we all, I mean you guys did it, and I just read your messages. It's so funny. Yeah, because I'm like, this looks like it means there's 4 points to spend, but I can't spend 4 points. That makes so much more sense. Okay. We figured it out. Now I have to decide what I'm going to spend them on, but... Hallelujah. Hallelujah, dude. I've racked my brain many an hour for that. Oh, look at that. 0. And now? Oh, yes. Oh, it's working. I'm finally going to be able to see 0. I've never wanted to see a 0 more in my life. Oh, Jesus. Okay, yep, nope, that's fine. That's good. Yep. Oh, the 0s. Oh, just 0s across the board. Oh, that's so nice. Oh. Not a huge fan of the system. I like the system in theory of having 2 different skill, like having to be able, like, oh, okay, I swapped to my 1 set, and this is for blocking. So it's all like shit to make me tankier, regen health, higher stun threshold, and I swap to this, it's all for damage, right? I like it in theory. It's just the way that they do it, where you can accidentally fuck up and assign the specialization points as normal points that apply to both, and then it just continuously tells you you have points to spend that you can't spend because you accidentally spent them as normal points. That is silly. That is dumb. That part is stupid. But hallelujah, we figured it out. It only took... I don't remember. Time played. I always forget how to do this, bro. Time. Whatever. It only took however many hours. Holy hell. The pen. I don't even think I sold my stuff. I didn't. You could never fix it? Oof. Okay. Yeah, about 60 hours. Yeah, 56 hours. Here, let me go back and read the messages. People were talking about the Trump ban. Let me read that, because we got distracted. They used to not. I remember seeing crazy shit for New Vegas. Well, that's because Obsidian doesn't care what you're doing to their 10-year-old game that they don't even own the license to. That's why. How do I join Discord? I can't click the link in the description. The description should allow you to copy paste it into your browser and join. The description for all of the streams has the Discord. Did you think about the subscribe pop-up? Why? Oh, thin, the subscribe pop-up. Why does it look thinner? Maybe I did. I scroll up and down to reset stream. The next dude is trying Minecraft Dragon Boss with a sniper, semi-automatic rifles, and have interaction sub equals deck, like equals TNT. So he begs, screaming for people not to subscribe, and there's constant dynamite explosions. Total shit show. Ugh. That made me tired just reading that. That literally drained my energy just reading about that guy's stream. I can't imagine watching that. And why is the bait off the screen now? Just to allow more screen for the game. Screen space for the game. Go to bed, nerd. I work in 45 minutes, bro. I'm up before work. I already slept. Thank you for the comment, though. I think that's it. I don't see anything else. You ever notice that only lake water and the water wheel in Act 1 move? I did indeed see that YouTube short. Yeah, I have noticed that. Have you been enjoying Warrior? I love to play, but I've heard Warrior isn't that fun without good leveling gear. Warrior is rough. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. Warrior is very rough. It needs a lot of love, but I don't think it's that bad. There are actually a lot of like very, very good builds you can use. Like the one you can do like a fire and ignite build that is really good and it gives you range. You can do a like a shielding build with like resonating shield and stuff that's quite good, very survivable. That's super safe. You can do totem build, which is insane damage, safe, range. So there are good builds for Warrior that kind of get around the problems, but if you want to play the class how they've advertised the class, like I'm playing the class, which is big slams, it feels pretty bad. Okay, I think we caught up. What would I rate Stalker 2 out of 10? Luckily for you, there's a review on the channel, so you can watch that and figure it out, Corey. Hell yeah. I review every single game that I play on stream and beat on stream. The controversy was about how they banned a mod that affects your visuals only, but won't ban mods that blatantly use the same person in an insulting manner. I mean, it's their right to do it, right? I mean, I don't really have a problem with it, to be honest. If Nexus Mods wants to regulate their mods, that gives more room for the competition to Nexus Mods to rise. That's going to, not have censored stuff. It's just like what I did with Resident Evil 4 Remake. I just went to another modding site that had this shit for Ashley. Yeah. I don't really mind. It's their website. They can choose what they want on it. And if people really don't like it, they can use another website. There's tons of other mod websites. Assmold really butthurt much or just playing? On this channel, we make fun of Asmongold a lot. Yeah. We make fun of Asmongold quite a lot on this channel. But, you know, I don't think any of us actually hate him or anything. We just think he's a nasty individual, and which I think is like pretty objectively true. And he kind of rage baits a lot and talks about a lot of stuff that he doesn't understand for views. But we mostly just clown on him jokingly. China, they're winning. They're beating us. My team sucks. They're trash. Can't carry. I'm the best captain. Everyone says it. Everyone knows it. I'm the best Captain America player. I could see it. Thought Asmongold was a chick. Asmold is a goober who spits real shit periodically. Yeah, you know, even a broken clock is right twice a day. I think Asmongold would be great if he just stuck to things that he actually knows, like he used to. But obviously that is not really what he does anymore. Now he, it's basically just a drama channel. A drama and a reaction channel instead of an actual gaming channel, which, you know, for me, I think it's pretty sad because I used to really enjoy his content. Yeah, he's a living WoW Wikipedia page. Yeah, like if anybody's gonna have an opinion on World of Warcraft, Asmongold, the dude to do it. But then he tries and he talks about Escape from Tarkov, a game that he's done one raid in. And it's like, okay, you have no idea what you're talking about anymore, you know? Maybe you should, like, stay on the topic of things that you know. It's like if me as a, you know, as a biochemist, if I tried talking about, I don't know, physics. It's like, I don't have a degree in physics. You guys shouldn't trust anything I say in terms of physics. I took one collegiate physics class to, you know, when I was getting my degree. You should trust somebody that has a degree in physics. Now, you know, I want to talk about biochemistry. Absolutely. You should, you know, I mean, everything that you hear, you should take with a grain of salt and do your own independent research, of course. That's just the smart thing to do and the responsible thing to do. But, you know, I'm definitely a lot more trustworthy when it comes to biochemistry than, you know, your average goober or than, you know, somebody with a degree in physics. No, very true. Very, very true. The problem is that Asmongold speaks with such authority that he, as if like he is always right. And if you've seen any of his content, then you can see that. Like Asmongold speaks as if he is always right. He's not only always right, but he's the only right person. If you have any like deviating view, then you're wrong. And his community eats it up as if, because of the confidence in which he speaks, his community eats it up as if he is actually this like super intellectual that genuinely does know and understand everything that he's talking about. When in realistic, like when in the actual situation, he's just a dude like giving his opinion on stuff, you know? It's definitely a community problem. Like a problem with his community more than a problem with him. But I'm also just not a fan of grifters, you know? And I think Asmongold is a grifter. Like, if there is some sort of drama, Asmongold is going to talk about it. And, you know, he's going to do it for views, or he's going to do it for money, or just because he likes to hear himself talk. I don't know. But, you know, for me personally, I'm just not really a big fan of like that content style. You know, I only make a video on a topic if I feel like I have something additive and substantive to add or like to state about the topic. If I feel I have a unique POV that's maybe not commonly shared, or I have some sort of information that maybe others aren't privy to, or some sort of experiences. And I don't really see the point in creating content, just essentially regurgitating stuff that's already been said a million times, or, you know, common sentiment, or just to make money, right? So I'm not really the biggest fan of grifters. I think in most situations, you know, you should stay to what you actually know and understand. And that's when you're going to be, you know, obviously the biggest help to your community. Yeah, he just hops on bandwagons. He has an army of children following him because their brains aren't fully formed enough to really understand. Anyone who played the games he talked about knows he's full of it. Yeah, and you see this all the time. Like, I think for me, the scariest thing was when he got banned, because if you actually go through those comments, it's a little scary how his community talked about him. Like, there were comments with thousands and thousands of upvotes completely agreeing, saying that he's the smartest content creator out there. And that he's like a pariah to the gaming community and completely necessary, and that like just crazy stuff, like people basically regarding him as a god, dude. It was very cult-like reading those comments, you know, when he got banned, and all those comments are still there, you know. And I think really, I do think it's not so much an Asmongold problem, but it's a moderation problem. He doesn't moderate his community, and unfortunately his community has grown to be rampant racist, sexist, Like very, very, very bad sexism in his community because of a lot of the content that he reacts to and engages with. But yeah, also very racist. And, you know, there's not really a lot of moderating. And let's be honest, Asmongold is a fucking crazy person. I mean, he's insane. He wipes blood on his walls from his gums. He doesn't clean. His place is disgusting. He refuses to pay people to clean. He's mentally unwell. All of his friends say that he's mentally unwell. I don't at all think that that is the type of individual that should be seen as a pariah or, you know, super trustworthy. You know, he's very unwell. And obviously, like, there's no hate or anything. I mean, I'm finishing up my degree in psychology. I'm all about helping people that struggle with mental illness. I've worked with a lot of people with a variety of mental illnesses through attaining my degree that I'm currently finishing up. I love abnormal psychology and studying the neurodivergent and working with the neurodivergent. I love all of that stuff. It's the primary reason why I decided to, you know, finish up this degree. But, you know, all those people that I've worked with and stuff, I would not at all want those people leading millions of individuals online because of the issues that that can create. He's crazy. He's a crazy person. You know, he needs significant mental help, which he refuses to do. And, you know, all the time he says, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. I feel I'm the only one that's not crazy. Everyone else is crazy. It's like, well, you know who says that? Crazy people. Crazy people are usually the guys going, man, I'm the only sane person. Everyone else is crazy. It's like, okay, man. Yeah, but it is mostly like a community problem. It's like the community has given him the amount of power that he currently has, and he has a lot of power. He can basically start controversies and change the entire dialogue around anything, depending on how he feels about it. He can destroy an entire content creator just by reacting negatively towards one of their videos, to the point where a lot of these people have came out and said that, like, they're still facing backlash over videos that they made years ago because he had an unfavorable opinion towards their thing and he reacted to it negatively. I mean, there's a lot of, you know, power that this guy has. And, you know, that can be said for all content creators, but I feel like a lot of them do use it in a more respectful and responsible manner. Birds aren't real? True, that's true. He's cleaner than Zach? No, not at all. Kenzie, this is a guy that's missing 85% of his teeth. Like, they rotted out of his mouth. His gums would bleed terribly, and he would, instead of going to, like, clean it up, he would wipe the blood off and then spread it on a wall. I mean, he's just mentally unwell. No, I love free speech, dude. I absolutely love free speech. If you spent more than, you know, 5 seconds on the channel, you could ask anybody here that is a regular how I feel about free speech. I'm all for free speech. I'm all for free speech. I'm all for gun rights. I've carried every single day that I've left my house for 8 years. No, a lot of stuff, like politically at least, I agree with Asmongold for. Do I agree that all chicks in games have to be super hot and I need to have a boner when I play a game, or else it's DEI and woke? No, I think that's silly. Do I, you know, agree that, oh, the moment that there's a black person or an unattractive woman as a main character in a game, it's woke and trash? No, I don't. I think that's absolute lunacy. I don't think that having gay people in media makes something bad. No, I disagree with a lot of that stuff. No, I don't. I think the most important opinions are the ones that you don't agree with. I hang out with a very like wide group of people, politically speaking, from different races, religions, obviously political backgrounds, sexualities. And I love that. I wouldn't trade that for anything. I think there's nothing better than, you know, communicating with people with diverse viewpoints, because it makes you a better, more rounded person. But Asmongold doesn't really do that. Asmongold has his bubble, and, you know, he bans people that disagree with him. You literally publicly shame them on stream and then ban them just for, you know, not agreeing with them, which is a pretty crazy. And, which, you know, by the way, it is his right as a content creator. It is his right to do that. Like, you get to choose who's in your community and who's not. But, you know, he's definitely in an echo chamber, and he reinforces that with his decisions. And I think he has a lot of, you know, mental problems. He's chronically online. He doesn't really do anything with his life. He doesn't have a lot of close friends and close family. And, you know, he sits in his home a lot. And, yeah, I think he needs to get mental help. And I think that, you know, we see the ramifications of an individual of that mental state having the audience that they do and the power that they do fairly frequently. You know, and it is something that directly impacts me. For example, like, he was basically the head leader of the Dragon Age Veilguard hate, right? And now he's been heading up the Avowed hate. And kind of starting that drama and milking that drama for views and stuff like that. And I had thousands upon thousands of Asmongold fans that knew nothing about Dragon Age Veilguard other than watching his video that were attacking me. Just for streaming the game at all. Not even if I liked it or anything. That they were hating me just for playing the game at all, right? And then Avowed. Avowed is now, I guarantee you, going to be the exact same thing. Like, Avowed, he has started up this, like, hate crusade against Avowed because the art director did some dumb stuff. And yes, the art director did indeed do a bunch of stuff. Dumb stuff. Absolutely, the guy's retarded. However, he's, like, starting this entire hate crusade about the game. And all of his fans are just, you know... Like, you go to any trailers for Avowed, it doesn't matter at all how the gameplay looks, or the voice acting, or the graphic quality, or the actual gameplay itself, right? None of that really matters. If you go to the comments, it's all just like, woke, trash, DEI, art director, it's, you know, the usual stuff. And I guarantee you, you know, when I stream that game when it comes out, because I stream all new releases, that is going to be rampant in the chat. Like, no doubt at all. That's going to be rampant in the chat. Is people going DEI, gay, insulting me just for playing the game, you know, and like stuff like that literally didn't happen before. Like, back when Asmongold played WoW, none of that happened. I've been streaming for 8 years, bro. None of that ever happened. It is directly linked to Asmongold's rise. And I watch Asmongold content, mainly the Clips channel. I think the Clips channel is funny and the editing is great on the Asmongold Clips channel. But there is no doubt that there has been a profound increase in toxicity over as, you know, Asmongold has kind of rised. There's no doubt about it. Wokeness is not a recent phenomenon, dude. Like, Dragon Age Inquisition was made in 2014. It won Game of the Year in 2014. It had, like, it was turbo gay. It had a trans character, right? It did all of the stuff that people are, like, freaking out and mad about now. Just people are significantly more angry these days because the counterculture involved is far more rampant. Like, nobody really cared back then at all. And a lot of like people's problems with a lot of this stuff is just misinformation. And you know why it's misinformation? It's because they've gotten the information from Asmongold, and he frequently does not know what he's talking about at all. Like a great example is Veilguard. Dragon Age Veilguard is a great example. Asmongold covered the content with Tash, you know, being trans and all of that, as if it was not only a necessity for the gameplay, but that it was forced upon your throat. I had thousands of people coming into the chat saying that they forced this stuff on you, and none of that is true. Literally none of that is true. All of Tash's content is optional. It's all optional. You literally cannot send a message that disagrees with this guy. It gets instantly deleted. That's embarrassing. All of your comments have been deleted by Nightbot, bro. So I don't know what it is that you're saying, but if it was one of my mods, you wouldn't even be able to type what you're typing currently. What do you mean? If it was mods, why would you be able to type right now? They would have just banned you. Like, what? No, we don't ban people for disagreeing. People disagree with me all the time. My friends disagree with me. My family disagrees with me. Yeah, that's healthy. What are you talking about? Yeah, every single comment, I'm looking at the ones that have been deleted. They're all saying behind you. Which, that's just Nightbot. Nightbot instantly takes those people out, bro. You're fighting an invisible fight here. You can 100% disagree with me. No, I agree. The writing is lackluster. It's Marvel writing. But that's not what people were complaining about. Right? People were complaining, like I said, I have more experience with this than you, I guarantee. Like, nothing against you, but as a guy that accumulated hundreds of thousands of views streaming Dragon Age Veilguard and had tens of thousands of comments on those streams, I understand this situation far more than anybody in chat, right? That's just a fact. And I would say 80 to 95% of the comments that were hating on the game all were about the trans character. That was entirely optional. And they had no idea that it was optional. And they had no idea that it wasn't forced on you. I read so many comments saying that it forces wokeness on you. And I was like, what do you mean? How does it force something if it's optional? And nobody could answer that question. I'd say, why do you think it's forced when it's all optional content? And no one could answer it. Because they had no idea it was optional. Because they just watched Asmongold's video. Hundreds of them admitted that they just watched Asmongold's video and that they hadn't played the game or watched any content of the game. And this is kind of the problem, right? Is when you have somebody like Asmongold that speaks so confidently about things that he just genuinely doesn't have a full understanding of, you get a lot of people just regurgitating that misinformation. It's fake news. It's literally fake news. You have somebody spewing fake news, and everybody just sees the fake news, and they run with it because the person said it confidently, and they think it's true. In the case of Dragon Age Veilguard, it is a 75+ hour game. If you were to add up all of the optional Tash content, it is maybe 2 hours of a 75+ hour game. And all of it is optional. You don't even have to do it. So not only is it such a minuscule amount of the game, but it is also entirely optional. But Asmongold didn't say any of that because he didn't know it, you know. He spoke about it and he didn't really like understand it. And this is kind of the downside of him veering away from things that he knows what he's talking about. Like, if he talked about like World of Warcraft, right? Or even like Diablo 4 or something, like Path of Exile, any of these like games that he really understands and knows, well, he would probably be right, because I mean, he knows way more about that stuff than the average person. But he goes and he talks about Escape from Tarkov. He hasn't played any Escape from Tarkov. He goes and he talks to you know, he goes and he talks about Helldivers, and he's barely played any Helldivers, right? And he speaks like he actually knows what he's talking about, but he has no idea what he's talking about. And like I said, I really can't use any better description than if you were to ask me about a physics question. I have no idea. I could try and ballpark shit about physics, but I don't know. I have a degree in biochem, not physics. So I wouldn't make videos like confidently talking about shit in physics and banning people for saying anything else in physics, because, you know, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. I just don't understand it. Well, I understand it. He does it because he's grifting, right? It makes him a lot of money. How do you know? He admitted it. Yeah, like with the Tarkov situation, he literally said, I've played one raid. Literally, that's what he said. He's like, oh yeah, I played one raid and then I quit. With Helldivers, he said, oh yeah, I really need to play this. Many times he said, I really need to play this game. Like he hadn't played the game. Like he admits to not playing the stuff, but then he talks about it as if he has any idea what he's talking about, and he just doesn't. Why I have access to all the comments on YouTube and stream, I've seen all the same stuff you have. I was obsessed with Dragon Age. I can get into the lore. They messed up so badly. I followed the whole development of this Dragon Age. Also, Dragon Age has always had gay romantic options, so it's a weird thing to get mad about now. Well, the reason why people got mad about it now is because now Asmongold told them to get mad about it. That's why. Like it's basically just NPC behavior of just like, oh, okay, I watched a 20-minute video and they showed, you know, they showed like one scene from the game, because like a lot of this was pre-release, and it was the scene with Tash and Isabella, which is like a 1-minute scene. Like it's like a 1.5-minute scene or something like that, you know? And the scene is cringe. Don't get me wrong. It is cringe. But is that a reason to like say that an entire 75-hour game is trash? I would say no. Yeah, I would say no. And then like you talk to a lot of these people and you're like, okay, well, did you play Dragon Age Inquisition? Well, yeah, I did. I really like Dragon Age Inquisition. Okay, well, what did you think about the trans character in Inquisition? Well, completely different. Okay, well, what about it was different to you? You know, you didn't have to do it. Oh, okay. Well, you know you don't have to do it in Veilguard as well? Well, it is entirely different. You have to recruit her. Yeah, you do have to recruit her. That's true. That part is true. I'll 100% agree with that. But, I mean, you never go through any of the trans stuff that people had issues with. This is straw manning. It's not straw manning to use literal exact conversations that I had hundreds of times. That's not what straw manning is. I know you're trying to search for logical fallacies, and straw manning is probably one of the only ones that you know. But no, that is not what straw manning is. Using actual examples. I ignored. I'm getting a lot of comments, man. I'm reading Twitch comments as well. presentation and writing. Okay, yeah, you can have a problem with the writing. Yeah. That's fine. That's totally fine. That's totally respectable. I'm not talking about you then, if you say that. Yeah, easy peasy. That's what people are complaining. No, that's not what people are complaining about. People are complaining that the game is woke, that there's a trans character at all. See ya, Sean. Thanks for giving me money, man. Come by again later so we can farm you. Thanks, dude. Yep. You're gonna keep getting the stream recommended, dude, because you commented. Appreciate you, man. You help the channel a ton. We love people like you. Have a good one. Yeah, no. Maybe that's what you're complaining about, Butterlord, and that's totally fine. And maybe people that you're talking to are complaining about it. But like I said, I streamed the game and I had thousands and thousands of comments. And those thousands of comments, I garnered, I think, 600,000 views streaming Dragon Age Veilguard. Almost every one of those streams was 10,000 plus comments. And a ton of those comments were hate comments about the game. And almost all of the hate comments were about the fact that there was a trans character. At all. So, once again, okay, there's a great saying. If what I'm talking about doesn't apply to you, then don't take it as if it's applying to you. Right? It's really that simple. If the things that you're complaining about for Veilguard aren't the things I'm talking about, and that doesn't apply to you, awesome. I'm not talking about you. It's that simple. Oh, yeah, I forgot to take trans out of the banned phrases. Yeah, I mean, I have a whole review on the channel, but, you know, talking about the review on the channel, I mean, a ton of people literally just attacked me because they read the title. They didn't even, like, watch the review or anything or get through the review. They just read the title. Right? And that kind of just is the epitome of how a lot of the discussions go. Is it, you know, you're either on my side or you're wrong and I hate you. And Asmongold does this a lot, you know, a lot on stream. It's like if you go against him, he's going to pull up your comment. He's going to flame you in front of tens of thousands of people. And then he's going to, you know, ban you. Yeah, same people got mad that there was a trans character in Cyberpunk. Exactly. They're like, oh my god. I can't believe it. It's like, you mean in the world where you can literally be a child? Like, have a child's body if you want to? You could change every single thing about your body? You think it's weird that some guys want to be girls? Or some girls want to be guys? Okay, Clown, good question for you. How is it forced if it's optional? This is the question nobody could answer for me. I asked this to thousands of people, and none of the haters could answer. How is it forced if it's entirely optional? Forced, by nature of the word, implies you must do it. Right? So how is it forced if it is optional content that the player is opting into? That is my question. It's like, I could punch myself in the dick. I know I wouldn't like punching myself in the dick. I know that would not be an enjoyable thing. But it's like I do go ahead and punch myself in the dick. And then I get mad about me punching myself in the dick and that it hurts. It's like, bro, I did it to myself. What do you mean? It's like, it doesn't make any sense to me. It's not forced. No one's forcing me to punch myself in the dick. You can literally not do it. Cyberpunk was the same way. You never know she was trans until you do the one side quest that tells you once. Yeah, and she has a trans flag on the back of her truck as well. Which people molded about, but ultimately it's just snowflakes. I'll be honest. It's snowflakes, and I find it very ironic that a lot of the party that started off by making fun of people on the other side for being snowflakes now cry about any mention of an ugly person or a gay person or a trans person. I'm gonna be honest. I'm the Giga Chad here because I don't care at all about any of it. I love guns. I've concealed or I've carried a gun, 2 years open carry, and going on 6 years now concealed carrying. When I played Spider-Man 2 and he was giving a speech about anti-gun, I didn't care. I don't care. Spider-Man 2 fun. I don't care if there's gay people. I don't care if there's trans people. I don't care if everybody's white. I don't care if they're all super hot chicks. I don't care at all. Is the game fun? That's all. You know why? Because I'm a well mentally adjusted individual that isn't going to let my mental and emotional state get affected by pixels on a screen. It's really that simple. It's crazy to me that people let something so silly affect them. It's like, brother, who cares? If you don't like it, don't play it. But why are you going to engage with something that you dislike, you know? Like, clearly something is, like, mentally wrong with you. If you dislike something and you keep coming back to it and you keep giving it your attention. I mean, at some point, like, you have to admit that you like the pain, right? You like to be angry. It's not a healthy mindset to have. You know what I do if I don't like something? I don't watch it. That's all. It's easy. Did you know your mods are spam banning people for disagreeing with you, which you specifically said you don't do? It's not watching this man on YouTube. Getting banned left, right, and center for disagreeing with you. Not even toxic. I haven't seen that happen at all. Everybody I've seen has been banned by Nightbot. I said the overrepresentation of trans. Oh, that's why. That's on me. From Dragon Age, I had trans as a banned word for Nightbot. Because the spam was insane. That's on me, Slip. That's not a mod. I need to take that out of the Nightbot auto mod. Yeah. Every time you freak out over a femboy, you might be into femboys. That's funny. Yeah, no, that's on me. I'll try and update that today while I'm at work. Just say Transformer instead. Why am I still talking about it if I don't care? Because people in the chat are talking about it. I'm making conversation. I talk about shit all the time that I don't care about, but people want to hear my thoughts on it, or people are having conversations, so I give my thoughts on it. I mean, that's the point of, you know, this stream, right? Is to just chill, play a game, shoot the shit. Do you care about every single thing that you talk about? Like, if you go into the office and some dude asks you how your weekend was or something, like, do you care? Probably not, right? You don't give a fuck. Like, you don't give a fuck, but you still have the conversation, right? It's the exact same. Yeah, I talk to chat. I interact with chat. If chat wants to talk about something, then I'll talk about it, even if I don't give a fuck. Yeah. And you can have a conversation about something and not be, like, emotionally attached to it as well. Like, when I say I don't care, here's what I actually mean by I don't care. I mean, that once we're done with this conversation, it is not going to cross my mind in my free time. It means it doesn't impact my mental state or my emotional state one way or another, and it has no bearing upon my life. That's what I mean when I say I don't care. You know? And like, Clown, you're clearly new to the channel, right? So you don't know me. You can ask any of the people that actually do know me in chat. There's many of them. Some of them have watched me for 9 years. Right? And you can ask them if I care about any of this stuff. If I was emotionally upset by words on a screen, why would I be streaming for 8 years and 7 years for making no money? Like, I didn't make any money streaming for 7 years. Why do you think I would do that if words on a screen actually upset me? What would the thought process there be? Like, clearly it doesn't affect me because I still do it, right? Addiction? I suppose it could be addiction. But why would you be addicted to, you know... Well, I mean, I guess if you're into cock and ball torture or something. you like getting punched in the balls. I need to log in for work here soon, but I wanted to try and find a... I don't know if there's a waypoint here. Is this the Venom Crypts? It is. Hopefully I can find where I need to go real quick. If I can just sign out. He's getting pressed, so now he's acting like he doesn't care. I don't know. I mean, I can ask the chat. Has my emotional state changed at all? I don't think my cadence or tempo in speaking or pitch or anything has changed whatsoever. I mean, you might be projecting a little bit because maybe it's making you upset. Maybe because I'm disagreeing with you or something, but... Yeah, no, I don't care at all, man. We have conversations about all sorts of stuff. Like, it doesn't affect me at all. Thinks Easy cares. What I care, I'll be honest. There is one facet to the conversation that I do care about, and that's just that the popularization of hatred upon something affects me directly in such a negative way. I think that's really the only aspect of things that of any of this that I actually do care about. And when I say I care about it, I just find it annoying. That's what I care about. Like, I just find it annoying that I know when I play Avowed, a game I have a feeling I'm gonna really like. I mean, I love Obsidian, I love Fallout New Vegas, I love Pentiment, I love Outer Worlds, I love Pillars of Eternity, right? I love Obsidian. I have no doubt Avowed is going to be a great game. But like, because of the whole Asmongold controversy with the game and how stupid the art director was, which once again, he was stupid. I agree. Because of that, I know that when I stream the game, I'm just going to be berated with hate no matter what. Yes, that is a bit annoying. That is definitely a little bit annoying, but it's mostly just annoying because Intelligent, thank you for the follow. It's mostly just annoying because, oh god damn it, I know I won't be able to actually have conversations with my chat like I love to do, because I know the chat will just be so full of so much like spam that it's going to be very difficult for me to just have normal conversations with you guys. That's why it's annoying. It's not annoying because like it's going to hurt my feelings or anything. I don't really care if people dislike the game or whatever. But the 3 meat riders are going crazy. And be careful, Clown. There is a rule against disrespecting people. Show some respect to everybody in the community, man. We're not going to devolve to name calling or something like that. That's just childlike and foolish. There are still rules in the chat. Like, just because I don't ban people for disagreeing with me, do it in an intellectual and respectful way. You know. We're trying to have like intellectual discourse here. We're not trying to, you know, devolve to some sort of elementary school level argument. That's just silly. He wins with the fact that he gets attention. I mean, maybe if that's like his goal or something like that. But I mean, if I see somebody being disrespectful in my community, of course I'm not going to just allow it to occur. Dude, I am getting shredded by this poison. I need to log in for work soon here. But these fucking snakes are owning, dude. Because I have 12% chaos resist. I'm getting stinkied. That guy rides the short bus. Yeah, we shouldn't be saying anything about that. I mean, if it's somebody that we ban that is like a retard, sure. I mean, we can make fun of him. But I don't know. For the most part, I haven't read anything that's that Clown said that was like too bad. But obviously, I'm missing a lot of messages, so. Fallout 74 is better than New Vegas. Hey, man, everyone is entitled to their wrong opinions. I dated this one chick, man, and I gotta say, that really hurt my feelings when I had her play Fallout New Vegas. And she was like, it's fine, but it's really not as good as Fallout 4. That really did some emotional damage, I'm not gonna lie. That was the last time that I was like, that was the final nail in the coffin before I was like, okay, people are just gonna have different opinions. I need to not care. Because that shit was pain. Respect for 9 years in the grind of streaming. Oh, dude, there's no grind in streaming. I always see people be like, oh, bro, you've been grinding. Keep up the grind. There's no grind in it. I just play a game like I normally would, except I get to shoot the shit with you guys, which I really enjoy. There's no grind at all for me. I'm just playing games like you guys do. The only difference is I'm, you know, every now and then there's somebody in the chat to talk to. Fallout can definitely be a little tough to get into these days. I think Fallout 4 is still fine to get into. Like, I don't think it's that big of a deal, but definitely like the older games. Like, her main problem with New Vegas was no sprinting. She was like, it feels bad to not have a sprint. I was like, really? Is a sprint like that big of a deal? But I guess it is to like newer gamers, you know? Yeah, I mean, nobody should be disrespecting anybody as long as people are keeping it respectful. I mean, I'm a firm believer in respect is earned, though. Like, obviously, there's like a baseline level respect, but if somebody does come in and they're like an asshole, then yeah, I mean, it's totally fine if my chat treats them like an asshole. Right? That's totally fine. I don't really believe in any of this, like, turn the other cheek. Be the grander human being. You know, if somebody's acting like a retard, I'm totally fine with calling them a retard. Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ. Dude, it's insane. These guys are doing 1,700 damage that fast. Like, holy fuck, dude. Where the hell is the exit? Let me out of this place. I need to log in for work. Time is it? 7:02. I'm a bit of an ass, but I don't make it other people's issues. Base. I mean, I'm definitely guilty of being an asshole on accident many, many times, unfortunately. Just by being, you know, autistic, a lot of the times, like, I don't really think about or understand how my words could, like, potentially hurt people's feelings. So that has had to be something, you know, of a learned like behavior. Like I've just had to practice and stuff to get better at it. But these days I think I'm pretty good at it. I used to be like really, really bad though. It took a lot of like trial and error. Because for me, I was always just like, well, like in my thought process, because for anybody that doesn't know, when you're autistic, it's very difficult to put yourself in other people's shoes. So, that's always been something I really struggled with. And so for me, I've always just been like, well, I don't really care about words. Like, who gives a shit? So it's been like a hard thing for me to understand that there are a lot of people that do care about words and it makes them upset and stuff like that. And like, I still struggle with fully comprehending that, but at least as like a grand idea, I understand. Do I agree that DEI doesn't equal wokeness, but wokeness equals a specific implementation of DEI in media? However, there are people who cry woke when it's not there. I think woke has lost like almost all of its meaning. I think if you were to survey 100 different people about what they believe woke is considered like woke in media, I think you would get 95 different answers. For some people, if a woman is not attractive in a game, it's woke. For some people, if there's a gay person at all in a game, it's woke. For some people, if there's a black main lead, it's woke. For some people, they think it's, you know, like just depends on the execution. Which I think is totally fair. I think that is 100% totally fair. Like, oh, it depends on the execution. But unfortunately, what we see a lot of is like literally just a trailer where we know nothing about the game or anything. Like, okay, let me give you a great example. The new Naughty Dog game. The new Naughty Dog game. Like, so many people hated on that because the chick in the trailer isn't attractive. Or Witcher 4, exactly. So many people hated on it. Naughty Dog has made nothing but bangers other than maybe Last of Us 2. And even that is like 50-50. Some people love the game, some people hate the game. We know nothing about the game, and people are saying it's woke trash. It's like, brother, how do you know just because a chick isn't instantly making you pop a chub? Huh? Like, that is crazy. That is probably the most unhinged for me. Or like the people freaking out that Siri isn't like gooner bait and stuff. It's like, bro, what? You guys gotta lay off the pornography, man. I think Siri's hot, bro. I'll be honest. Even in that trailer, I was like, damn, bro. She could get it. So I really don't understand that one. But yeah, no. Unfortunately, that is a lot of people online now, though. That is a lot of people. A lot of people now, they see an unattractive woman, they see a black guy, they see a gay person or whatever, and it's like, oh, this is woke. It's like, how do you know? Like, how do you know? That's crazy. We know nothing about the game. Now, like, for the people that actually, you know, played, like, Veilguard or something like that, they played Dragon Age Veilguard, and, you know, they had, like, very real complaints about that. Total respect. Yeah, no. Like, total respect. I have no issue with that. At all. Like, you have a problem with the writing, you have a problem with the voice acting, you have a problem with the execution. Yeah, that's totally valid, bro. Absolutely. I have no issue with that. Literally, in my review, I talk about stuff like that. You know, for me, I just really liked the gameplay of Veilguard. I thought the gameplay was really fun. I thought my build was really fun. And that carried the game for me. But I totally, like, understand anybody that played the game. They're like, it doesn't feel like a Dragon Age or you know, they just didn't like the writing or whatever. Totally. But then you have some people just being like, oh, this character exists and so game bad. You know, I just think in general, woke doesn't really mean anything anymore because every single person has a different idea of what woke is. Lumping me in with that brand of anti-wokeness, I'm more against certain executions, but all for DEI done well. Yeah, I think ultimately video games are art. And if the artist wants to make a character that's black or a character that's ugly or disabled or gay or whatever, it's art. The artist should be allowed. I would never tell a painter that they can't paint a fucking black chick or something, right? That would be crazy. That would be insane. I think most people can agree that's insane. That would be insane. So I don't believe in doing that to any form of art. Video games included. Like, I'm all down with, you know, letting the artist create what they want. And, you know, with the situation of Avowed, do I think it's absolutely fucking stupid that the art director tried to make characters that would make Elon Musk mad? Of course. Of course that's fucking stupid. That's retarded. But do I think that the gameplay guys and the writing guys are probably going to go hard because I've played every Obsidian game and I've loved every Obsidian game? Yeah. I've seen nothing that would convince me that Naughty Dog's new game will be bad or that Obsidian's new game will be bad. And I'll play the games, and like always, I'll give my honest take. And if it's bad, then I'll tell you guys it's bad. I have, like, no allegiance to brands or anything like that. And I don't really care, as I showed with Veilguard, as I showed with Wukong. I don't really care with going against the grain and just giving my honest opinions. And sometimes I don't like things that other people like, and vice versa. Sometimes I like things that other people don't like. And I'm sure everybody here also has those things that they like that other people don't like. You know, your guilty pleasure or whatever. Everybody has those. Or some things maybe you think are just, like, overrated that other people really love. I think that's, like, super normal. So, I mean, that's all I'm gonna do. I'll play the games when they come out. I always try to at least have an informed opinion, which is another, like, bounce back I have on Asmongold just personally, is that I believe it's really important to have an informed opinion on things and informed through my own experiences. So, like, I don't talk about games like Balatro, right? People talk about, like, Balatro shouldn't be Game of the Year or nominated for Game of the Year. All I said was, from what I've seen, it doesn't seem like it's on the same level of the other games, but I can't say because I haven't played the game. You know? And that's what I try and always do, is, like, I'll talk about a game once I've played the game. Until then, I don't have anything to really say about it because I haven't played it. I don't know. Not a Naughty Dog fan. I didn't enjoy those hacking games at all, but it was some gameplay I did like. I've loved every Naughty Dog game other than the narrative of Last of Us 2. I didn't like the narrative of Last of Us 2, but the graphics, the voice acting, the motion capture, the sound design, the gameplay, the level design, all of that was, like, insanely good to me in Last of Us 2. It was just the narrative that I didn't really jive with. So, like, overall, I had, like, a pretty positive experience with Last of Us 2 because I was like, overall, I really liked a lot of the shit in the game. Where the hell is this place I'm supposed to go? I'm about to lose my mind. It's got to be right here. I really need to sign in for work. Okay. We did it. Thank the gods. Toss this shit out. Put this shit in. Thank God. We did it. That's why people love it. Yeah, it's very addictive. That's what I've heard about Balatro as well. It's, like, just crazy addictive. But, I mean, until I play it, I really don't have any, like, informed opinion about it or anything like that. Like, for me. And there's so many people I talk to. Oh, we need the chaos resist. Absolutely. Give me it. There's so many people I talked to that were like so mad about Astrobot, which, yo, here's something I can say about Asmongold. Mad respect to Asmongold, because he was a Astrobot hater. He was one of those people that was like, Astrobot shouldn't be here. He was mad about it winning Game of the Year. But you know what he did? He went and he played Astrobot. And I have never seen him happier playing a video game in my life. And all the comments were all talking about how he looked like he was a kid again. And he played Astrobot. And he went, okay, this game is actually really good. Mad respect for that. Because a lot of people were talking shit on Astrobot. Even when I streamed the Game Awards reaction, one of the guys came in, one of my friends' came in and he was like just talking shit about Astrobot. He's like, oh, fuck Astrobot and stuff. And I'm like, have you played it? Well, no. I'm like, play it. I don't even like platformers. And I was blown away by Astrobot. It was so good. And like I said, I don't play platformers. You could go through all of the channel. I don't think you'd find a single platformer. Like, I don't think there's a single one I've played on the channel. But holy hell was that game good, dude. I was so surprised. It's like, wait, this game is kind of like insanely good. Speaking of insanely good, Jesus Christ. I lose a little bit of cold resist. And some strength. I do kind of need the strength, but the life. I think it's worse, but the life. 40 points ain't shit. I'm gonna be honest. Fuck it.
Anything catch your eye?
I'll just disenchant it. It's good. I think Wukong should have gotten it. I was on the other end of Wukong. I thought the Wukong boss fights were really good, but I thought the combat got a little bit repetitive, utilizing this basically the exact same moveset the entire game. And then my main issue was the connective tissue of Wukong. Like, the story is like non-existent of Wukong, and then in between each chapter, like the actual linking is just like also really bad. Like, slight spoilers for Wukong, but this is the best way I can describe it. Like, you end at chapter 1 of Wukong, you just were in a forest, you fought a dude, and then literally the first frame of Act 2, you're in a desert with a bunch of arrows in you. It's like, how did I get from here to here? There's no explanation at all. And then you finish Act 2, and you're like, okay, I just fought like this dude in the desert that was like controlling sand and stuff like that. Act 3, you just pop, you're in a snow area and you pop out of a statue. Like, what? What happened, dude? Like, what happened? The story was like non-existent, and the connective tissue, like the normal fights and the exploration and stuff, I just thought it was way worse than most Souls games. Jesus.
Elden Ring シュットハブオンシャットアップ
Yeah, no, I don't even know why Elden Ring was there, bro. It's not a game. That was crazy. The fact they put Elden Ring there was crazy. I think it was just to show a little respect to Miyazaki, you know, but yeah, no, they it was kind of crazy, man. I like putting a DLC in for Game of the Year was definitely a little wild. I don't really know what they were thinking there. Ooh. Oh. Honestly? Fuck it. 10% to all. This is so much fire resist, though. Yeah, it's a DLC, you know. It's basically a whole ass... Basically, though. Basically. That's the caveat. basically means it's discounted. You can't have it in best game. If you have to own another game to play it, it can't be best game. That's my take on it. It's best game. It's not best DLC. Like they should have. They need another thing that's best game, DLC or expansion. I'm even fine with it being best RPG. I was fine with it being best RPG, just like Witcher 3 was, but not best game of the year. It's not a game. You not only have to own Elden Ring to play it, which means it's not a game, but you have to complete a significant amount of content in Elden Ring in order to play it. You have to beat Moog, which is pretty far into the game unless you know, fast track utilizing the PvP storyline, which nobody does. So it's like extra DLC, you know? So yeah, it's not a full standalone story. Yeah. If it was like a thing where like you own the game, but it's a separate boot up, like on the main menu or something, maybe. Even then, I'm like, eh. Even then, I'm not really jiving with it. But yeah, if there was a best DLC, it would have cleared. For sure. But even then, I still don't, even if it was being able to consider, I still think Astrobot's better. I think Stellar Blade is better. I think Space Marines 2 is better. I think Metaphor Refantasio is better. Like, those three are, like, my game of the year. I don't really know which one I land on. But definitely, like, Metaphor Refantasio is insanely good. Stellar Blade was insanely good. And Space Marines 2 I really loved. I think Space Marines 2 drops down a little bit just because the PvP mode was kind of eh. But Metaphor was... Like, I'm not fully through it. I'm like 50-something hours in. But Metaphor is so good. Yeah, the soundtrack is insane. You put it up, it's like... Yeah, shit's fire. It's actually fire. Such a good soundtrack. Stellar Blade soundtrack, I still think is a little bit better, but... Yeah. 4K tits. GTA 6 will probably win Game of the Year. This year, yeah. If it doesn't get delayed. It'll probably win. But also it might not, because Red Dead Redemption 2, which is one of the greatest games ever made, didn't win Game of the Year in 2018. It lost to God of War. So it may lose. Because I'll be honest, GTA 6 is not going to be better than Red Dead 2. It's not. It's just not. I'd love to be wrong, but it's not. So, yeah, I don't think GTA 6 is guaranteed to win. You know, I think Monster Hunter has a shot. I think Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 might have a very real shot. Because Kingdom Come Deliverance is, like, especially 2, I would say it's Rockstar level quality. Like, I really would. Like, the attention to detail, the mechanics, the immersion is crazy in Kingdom Come Deliverance, and it's gonna go way harder in 2. I think Kingdom Come Deliverance is probably the closest I've been in a game to being like, this is on Rockstar level. Like, other than Naughty Dog. But obviously, Naughty Dog is an open world. So, you know, it's like, it's a lot easier to have a super immersive, highly detailed world when it's not open world. PoE 2, no, I don't think PoE 2 has a chance for Game of the Year. Best action game. Yeah, I could see best action game. It'll lose to Monster Hunter, though. Yeah, Night Rain, I don't know. Yeah, Mafia could get Game of the Year. But I have no faith in it until I have literally no faith in it after everything I heard about Mafia 3. We'll see. It seems like they're going in the right direction, but we just have no idea. We've like seen nothing, really. GTA 6 will definitely win the player's choice, and it will definitely sell more than everything. But I don't know if it'll win Game of the Year. Like I said, Red Dead 2 didn't win Game of the Year. I have not played Nine Souls yet. Dustin Howell, a regular on the stream, though, he did request it, so it's coming up. He even fucking super chatted $20 for it. Absolute Giga Chad. But we're approaching 7:30 now. I need to log in for work. Red Dead 2 would be crazy. That would go so crazy. Games can be recommended in the Discord. There's a section for game recommendations on the Discord. We've been playing through them, and they've all been very, very good. Everything that people have recommended has been fire. I've really liked them. I play everything, but I don't promise you guys that I will play all the way through everything. But I do play everything. So I at least try it. Just in general, though, not really a fan of MMOs, platformers, super long games. I'm not really a fan of. And like puzzle games. I bounce off of all of those. So, but anything else, like survival horror is my bread and butter. I love that. Put in is Skyrim. Hopefully it's not Skyrim size, because I'm an old man. I can't do 100+ hour games. Or even like, it's hard for me to even do 60, 70 hour games, honestly. Like, I feel like my ideal game is like under 15 hours. But anyway, I need to start work. Thought I was grown. I am grown. I'm 28. Yeah, Silent Hill 2 Remake was a good time. It was fun. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. Appreciate all the new subs, all the likes on the stream, and all the comments, even if you guys were just baiting with the behind you stuff. All of it helps the channel substantially. We had some fun conversations, some fun talks. I always love shooting the shit with you guys. We will get back to the game requests. You know, I kind of just wanted to chill this morning before work. So, you know, that's why we did PoE 2. But we will get back to the game requests. After work, probably not after work today, because my college term starts up today as well. So going to be the first day of, you know, doing college and doing work at the same time. But first week is usually just syllabus week. So, you know, we'll see. I might be able to go live. And we'll get back to the game request. We're currently playing Endoparasitic, which is insanely good. Very, very, very good. I'm loving it. I'm actually loving it. It's a very weird game where you get your arm and both your legs ripped off, and you have to use your one arm to do everything, including drag yourself around. It's really, really fun. Super stressful, chaotic, very clunky controls. The Discord link, easiest way if you're on mobile, is just through the description. The description is the best way. I think that allows you to copy paste it. Whereas if we put it in chat, unfortunately, it cannot be, it can't be clicked on. YouTube did that because people were scamming children. So anyway, thanks for stopping by, everybody. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. And I'll see all of you in the next video or stream Rooney. Bye-bye.